Hey, it's Mike from Junkion Crafts and Builds, and we're here for another episode of Beach Week. And today we're going to be talking about a new 2-pack from Marvel Legends, the Diabolical Madame Masque and Crossbones. This 2-pack looks rad. Let's take these guys out and see if they're really any good. Hey everyone, it's Mike from Junkion Crafts and Builds, and we're continuing our Beach Week themed impressions videos for our awesome action figure collections. And today we're going to be looking at a 2-pack from the Marvel Legends team. This is the super villains Madame Masque and Crossbones. Now this just came in this week while I was down here, and I'm really excited to see how Crossbone looks. We know we got some finicky parts just by the onset here, but Madame Masque, maybe, I don't know. We'll have to get them out of the box and find out. But we got this nice open window showing both figures and most of their accessories. We have 2 images here of these figures, Madame Masque and Crossbones, Legends. Same images on the back. This is from the awesome Ed Brubaker Captain America series. Not sure where this image came from, but it's cool. We got this nice contrasting green and purple look on the box. And then we have some more images, and it's kind of cool. Like, we're using different images of the figures here. So that's different from what we've seen before. Villains across the top. There's your UPC if you need it. So let's get them out of the box and let's check out Madame Masque and Crossbones. So we'll start with Madame Masque first, because she's of the 2. I know everyone is excited to get a new version of this character, but I don't really have much of attachment. I know she's kind of been a villain and a love interest of Tony Stark in the past and stuff, but don't ask me for an entire history retrospective. Anyhow, looking at the figure, we know this is kind of like, got some new sculpt work here on this body, here with the upper torso, but the head, you know, looks good. We got this gold plastic overlay glued onto the face here. Nice sharp features actually. There's a little bit of a distinction of the paint here for the lips. Obviously we have white for the eyes. Got our little rivets here across the top of her scalp. Hair is going to be flowy, and it's mostly firm, which means we're not going to get any real articulation. So we have this nice, white and dark gray with gold accent bodysuit. Looks well enough. The shoulders just look odd to me. So I don't know, but I mean, it's mostly white plastic with some of the paintwork on, and for overall it's pretty sharp. Got a little bit of a blemish there. The gold looks good. Of course, when you move it around, you're going to break the sculpt apart on this, but that's the price for having deco. But again, all the lines look sharp across the upper body. We have this new sculpted torso, like I said, with these straps across the back. At least it's new to me, I'll say that much. And we got this gold piece here as an accent. Have a little line across here for accent. And that, whoosh. Gotta be a little careful with her being out in the sun like this. Legs, again, white PVC plastic. Simple enough. And we got our feet, which aren't duck feet this time, though they aren't, completely dainty, but at least they're flats and not high heels. So while we're looking at her, let's do the articulation real quick. She's on a bit of a lollipop here because she's on a hinge. She can look down really far, super far. Up, you can get kind of decent, where the placement is. So she can look up fairly better than most Marvel Legend females. Rotates all the way around. So get some head bob in here. All right. Shoulders should be our standard Legends. We get above 90 degrees. So we get a Y pose instead of our T, so we're going that extra effort. I am going to be a little careful here with these elbow or these bicep rotations because of being out here in the sun, but we do have that. And then we have our double jointed elbows really far up. All right, we got them both sides. Again, we don't have a waist rotation. We have this upper torso barbell. And like always, we get 0 forward, basically, but we get this part back. And at least they finished the accent all the way up. As you see, we got our floaty belt piece here with the gold accent. Legs, still can't get a split for this body. No drop downs, but we got our torso. Or not torso, good grief. We got our thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Again, these are the proportions are a little off. Our lower legs are a lot longer than our upper. And then for our feet, 2 clicks down, 2 clicks up, and then our pivot. So articulation, you know, this is a standard female Legends buck that we've got. We've got these 2 kind of splayed hands that are on horizontal hinges. So that's Madame Masque, but we also have a bunch of accessories for her, so let's check them out now. Main accessory we have here for her is this alternate head, and this is actually the face that was on all the images on the box. So it's kind of weird they put the old style face head on her, but this one, you know, the hair's tamed down a little bit more. The deco for the mask is actually super good, super detailed. The lipstick is nice. Eyes, of course, are nicely whited out, but this is a really sharp print job on it, so really good. With the hair being down, we're definitely not going to get as much of a up with her, but down you can get pretty far. We still get a little bit of tilt, but this is mostly, you know, going to go up or down, right or left or such. But again, this is actually, I like this head sculpt a little bit more than the other one. In addition to the open splayed hands, we get a pair of trigger finger hands so that she can dual wield her gold pistols here. And we've seen these pistols before with other figures. Not the greatest, you know, they are that cartoony sculpt. You know, this one has a suppressor sculpted in, so it does not remove from the pistol. So, but I mean, if you're looking for the aesthetic, it's definitely there for her. In addition to the double pistols that she has, which are falling out, we also have some blast effects for these pistols, and they can probably be used for crossbones as well, but we have a pair of blast effects like she's shooting off, and we also have some additional smoke effects for the same weapons after she's shot off her blast and such. So those are cool. We've seen them all before, but it's a nice addition, and getting blast effects and accessories are always nice for our figures. The last accessory I'll associate with Madame Masque is this really nice briefcase here with AIM or Advanced Idea Mechanics tampoed across the top, opens up, and what we can put in there is this new tooled money effect here. It looks really nice. I like it a lot. Let's focus in. You know, it's nicely tampoed, good detail, and it sits just like that inside. You can close her right up. And she can kind of hold the briefcase, not great, but you know, like I said, this also could be weather related right now with the soft PVC for the hands, but she does look good holding it. I think it's a nice compliment to the character and what she represents. So yeah, she's not too bad. Next figure we'll look at here is Madame Masque cohort in this 2-pack, and that's Crossbones. Now this is a updated version. The other Crossbones that we had a couple years ago here was not very good at all, so this has kind of been a bit of a redesign, so to speak. From what I can see, this looks like it has the upper torso of Luke Cage on it, so that's not a bad thing. I do like the head. Again, it's a really nice representation from the classic Crossbones look. You know, it's kind of set up there. It's on a ball peg. I'll just do articulation at the same time, why not? So you can rotate around. The way the ball peg is set, you can look up that far. Look down that far before the vest gets in the way. You've got a little bit, not much tiltage to deal with, but it's there. So, and if we pop this off, and I think as usual, what we're going to have to do is what the Scorpio does and just cut back some of the plastic if we want to get a little more range. But again, this vest is also going to limit some of that head movement backwards as well. But you lift him up, he's got a bad lollipop look there, but it is what it is. You're not going to have him moving around too much. The vest of itself looks like it's new tooling, and that looks really nice with this cross deco here. Zippers painted. Nice texture all the way around, nice and bulky. Looks actually really good. Kind of surprised with that. So with the torso, while we're here, again, it's all painted there. Can't take that off, but you can get your T-pose, rotation all the way around, your bicep, which again, in the heat here, I'm being a little more careful with that. We got our double jointed elbows. Not the prettiest, but you know, you're getting your bend there that you need. We got floaty pieces for the gloves, and horizontal hinge and rotation for this side and for this side. So not bad. He can definitely get his dukes up. The sculpt on the gloves are pretty well done. We've got these little knuckle busters sculpted in. Waist, we've got our waist swivel. We've got our ab crunch here. We can go forward that far with the vest and go back that far. So, you know, for a big guy, you're going to get your range that you want. You've got a floaty belt here with sculpted grenades, nicely textured, big sheath for that combat knife that he has. Still can't get a split. I don't know what legs these are, but these are definitely older legs because they're pinned. Thigh rotation. Very gummy joint here, unfortunately. Like super gum. But there's your double jointed knee. Do have a boot swivel or boot cut for T-Man 978. 2 clicks down, 2 clicks up, pivot for the ankles. So, yeah, other than the gummy knees, and again, I might attribute that to being out here in the sun, but we'll see. Also has this nice thigh holster. So, not bad. I like this guy a lot more for his aesthetics. He can always be generic fighter number 741 or whatever, versus just having him as Crossbones. So he's the one out of this 2-pack that I was kind of excited for more. But let's look at his accessories now. Starting with accessories, besides the 2 fisted hands that we saw, comes with a pair of trigger finger hands, both of them thankfully on vertical hinges, and that is to hold some of his weaponry. He comes with not 1, but 2 pistols, and these are those typical super comic booky styled blasters. Not really a realistic aesthetic, but they look so tiny in his hand, especially this one. It's kind of comical actually. And again, they're all one-piece, simple sculpted, blast effect compatible. So those effects that we got that I showed you earlier with Madame Masque will also fit into these. And we have, since we only have 1 holster for the side leg, we're going to put 1 in. Just put the smaller one, the 2 in there, and that fits in rather well. Nice space for that bottom piece there. One final weapon he does have is this AR that is comically softer than anything else in that slot, because being outside, I had this inside as well, and it was just as bad. But yeah, this is another really small weapon for a big guy. Definitely something I probably won't be using after this video, but we have those. And last weapon we have obviously is this big old combat knife. This actually is firmer than all 3 of his weapons. We got this gunmetal paint on the blade, black for the hilt, and it can slide in there really well. looks good. Final effect we have is this blast effect explosion thingy. That's really cool. It's not often we get one of these. I think the last pair that I got before was with one of the Black Widows, I think. I'm not sure. But I like it. Looks cool. I mean, it's tiny. So, I mean, I don't know what he's going to be running from this, you know, but it's there. It's an explosion. It's an effect. It's something for your photography. So, you know, no complaints about that. But, yeah, Crossbones, I mean, just like Madame Masque, he's a mixed bag. He has some good points and some bad points. So, yeah, let's go ahead to final impressions. I'm going to make my final impressions quick because A, the days get long here at the beach and I do want to get out and enjoy a little bit of fun in the sand. But secondly, the heat is making this guy super wobbly and he's just not going to stand that well. So minus the hands, let's talk about this 2-pack. Overall, it's a decent pack. For 50 bucks, I think is what this was on Amazon. I got to remember. You know, it's a little, it could be a little steep, especially for, you know, some of the stuff you get, but you're getting a newly designed Crossbones here that actually looks to me pretty good. And like I said, I'm definitely going to swap him into some of my other collection teams, whether it's G.I. Joe or Action Force. Definitely a big bruiser. Looks good. Madame Masque is definitely a good update from what we had before. While not on the new updated body, it does what it needs to do in regards to having her classic look. Again, I like the alternate head a little bit more than this default head, but I get the classic look and the modern look with her. The accessories that they come with are pretty decent in regards to, especially this briefcase full of money. It's really cool. The guns for both of them, I can give or take. You know, they're kind of generic, so I can always swap them out with stuff from Action Force or whatever. But overall, this, you know, I'm not upset with this pack at all. I think it's going to be kind of cool. I think the hair sculpt on her is really good. It can make some really interesting photography. So, yeah, I'm happy for this 2-pack. So, that's about it for right now at the beach here, guys. Are you going to pick these up from Amazon? Are you excited for Madame Masque? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if you like what you see here, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I'll check you guys back later. Bye.